Brianna, welcome and welcome back to my channel where we talk about spirituality, manifestation, and how to live your dream life. And if you like that kind of content, don't pay attention to the fact that I don't have a nail on this finger. If you like this kind of content, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And today we're going to be talking about energy vampires. So energy vampires period, have been around since the dawn of time. Okay? How do you know when someone is being an energy vampire? Number one is when you leave their presence and you feel tired. Whew. Another sign that someone's an energy vampire is where you feel like you're being a parent to said person. You're constantly having to give advice on, how to do things, where to gain things, like all of these like motherly things that they should be getting for their own mama and their own papa. You're here giving it when you probably don't even have a child to said person. Okay? That's another sign. Another sign is really and truly that you may feel this weird energy every time this person enters the room. Trust me, I know that I have a Scorpio rising, so I definitely know what that is like to have that presence. Whew, it's a little tough because I have to check my mood, but at the same time, if I'm not feeling it, I'm not feeling it, like I'm not going to sit here and lie for anyone. However, I do have a responsibility with my Scorpio rising to not make sure that I am sucking energy from other people with my nonsense. Okay. So that is another way to see if you come into the room and the room is like completely shifted or chilled or cold. Another reason that you may see an energy vampire is that they can't do anything for themselves. They constantly need people to give them help, to give them validation, to even maybe do things for them, to handhold them throughout things. Without you setting the boundary like, hey, like I can't do all these things for you, which goes into my next point. You set boundaries and they don't care. They don't care about your boundaries. They don't care about what you think is safe or what you think you should be doing. They don't care. And they cross the boundary every single time. Because they're literally a vampire. So they're going to drain your energy whether you like it or not. Another sign is that they're a narcissist. They have a hard time looking outside of their own selves. They're constantly projecting energy onto you. So therefore, in their eyes, you don't have a separate life experiences. Everything that you went through is somewhat related to what they went through somehow. And then they use it to kind of change your opinion and your validation. Another sign you got an energy vampire is that they're not happy for your achievements. They're not happy for the things that you do. Right? If you're very successful, they don't care. They still find ways and find things in what you're successful about and what you're happy about to be tight about. That's what energy vampires do. Okay? They find things and ways to dull your light so that they can take it for yourself. And this is the part of the video where I talk about how to protect yourself around this energy. There's a few things that you can do. On the spiritual side, you can have protection crystals, so anything from a tourmaline, obsidian, an amethyst. Have it in your bra, have it in your sock, have it on your chest, maybe even in your turban, wear it on your wrist to really protect yourself from said energy vampires, right? That's the first step. The second thing that you can do is use some rosemary essential oils. That rosemary is a sign of protection. I love me some rosemary. Spiritual side of things, right? On the, mundane side of things, we can start by journaling to see, why are you attracting all of these energy vampires? Why are you attracting all of these narcissists? A lot of the times when people attract narcissists is because they have so much power, it seems. But yet they still need so much help. So we're like, oh my God, like this is a very powerful person. They're so strong, but they need my help. They need me. They need me. It's like a self-esteem thing. You feel good helping narcissists. The thing when it comes to narcissists and when it comes to vampires, because they're very similar, is that when they give you that little bit of praise, you're over the moon because you've been fighting for it for years, trying to get this praise from this person. You've been fighting for it for years. And now that you finally got it, you're like, oh my God, I feel so great. And that's what narcissists do, to keep you in their loop. So why do you feel so called to have your self-esteem be validated by someone who is not good for you? What's going on there? What childhood issue is going on there? What self-confidence issue is going on there where it comes to narcissists, where you're attracting all of these people? In addition, when we're talking about the mundane, what are you doing to gain your own confidence? You don't need to be Captain Save a Person. You know what I was trying to say. You don't have to be Captain Save a Person to feel like a good person, right? You know, we feel so bad for these vampires sometimes that we're like, oh my God, I just have to help them. You really don't. You really don't. You should have your own confidence in your own self, in your own abilities, that you don't feel like you constantly have to help other people to gain respect and to gain that love. Love is not always earned. Okay? You know what I'm saying? Like, love doesn't have to be this trial and tribulation. Like, if I do all of these things, oh my God, they will love me. That's not how that works. And we need to, like, kind of figure out, how do we stop said things? Right? And the last way that I think we really, really use to help understand these energy vampires is learn the red flags and see them early. Alright? If someone is controlling you and where you're going, if you feel anxious in their presence, okay? If you feel like if you do something wrong or make a mistake, that something bad will happen, if your needs are not being listened to, these are all signs of an energy vampire / narcissist, and you gotta run. You gotta run, okay? You gotta run. Because one thing about energy vampires, how are you gonna take back the energy that they took from you? How are you gonna do that? You're gonna have to build your own. You're gonna have to create a whole nother version of yourself after they leave, which is exhausting, and ain't nobody got time for that. That's too much work. Tell me I'm wrong. You meet an energy vampire, they leave your life, and you gotta reconstruct and build and put down new platforms. You don't have time for that. We live a very limited time on this planet. You do not need to constantly be picking yourself up from pieces because somebody broke your heart. No. Right? Dealing with heartbreak is fine, but you shouldn't feel like you have to strap yourself up by the bootstraps and piece yourself back together. That's not how it's supposed to go. Okay? So know the red flags, see them early, use your spiritual protection, your essential oils, your crystals, but also do your journaling and your shadow work to help unearth some of these issues, to see why you're even attracting these people in the first place. I don't attract any energy vampires, but that's because I set my intention to not have those people in my life. Alright? So, if you like this video and you like this message, please like this video. And if you have any questions or comments, please leave them in the comment section below. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye.